to start play. And Aaron Savali's first pitch is a strike called, very top of the zone, taken by Nimmo. Bruce Dreckman calling the balls and strikes. And strike two. Quickly ahead, Savali. And the fastball is upstairs. 1-2. Mets, after winning 9 and losing 10 at home, have gone 7-5 on the road. Stayed wide, 2-2. 28-year-old right-hander Aaron Savali. After getting ahead 0-2, we have a full count.
Yeah, and that's one of his favorite pitches to these left-handed hitters, that backdoor cutter. And that one just did not track back to the outside corner. And now, theoretically, you've got to come into the zone.
And a cut and a miss.
Or you don't.
He gets the strike out there as that pitch dropped out of the zone.
Yeah, he used that cutter right there down. Very rarely does he go down with that pitch, but he did. It almost used it like a very hard backdoor or back foot slider. Regardless, he gets the punch out and a nice little quick start here.
Now Starling Marte fouls it back. Fastball to start him. Here are the numbers on Marte. 274 with 4 home runs. Mets are 5th in the National League in home runs as a team, 13th overall. 0-2 the count. Fly ball into left, cutting back into his right. That's Rosarena as he
behind the plate. New guys.
Some new blood in this lineup for the Rays, up from AAA Durham. There's a strike on the breaking ball. Francisco Lindor. Lindor hitting .207 for the year. Things have been better for him over the last 2.5, 3 weeks. His average in that stretch over 300. With 4 home runs and 13 runs batted in. Pitch cutting in on him, trying to hold up halfway through, and not much of a cut there on that pitch.
And Savali, you know, that cutter gets the most use of any pitch, but against left-handed hitters, the usage goes way up. He's 26% overall with the cutter. Against lefties, he's 42%. He likes to do what he did just right there, and again, he likes that backdoor cutter too.
And strike 3 called. He got him looking. Little heat right there on the
motive group. Jose Quintana, that record 1-2 on the season. The ERA very good at 3.48, and coming off of a best start of the season against St. Louis, 8 innings of 1-run baseball.
Yondi takes that first pitch. It's too wide.
And how about going 8 innings of 1-run baseball and getting a no decision? It's a tough no decision. There's the mix. Loves the fastball. Moves it around, 2-seam, 4-seam, curveball, changeup, slurve primarily to left-handed hitters.
It's a ball 2-0. Speaking of moving it around, Quintana has done that originally with the White Sox. He was with the Cubs. He was with the Mets. Spent some time with the Dodgers, or the Angels, the Giants, the Pirates. Most recently the Cardinals. And now the Mets.
Keep finding a home.
Yep. Well, everybody loves a lefty. You know that.
Oh, yeah. And you know, he's one of those guys that you don't see an awful lot of. We talked about it a couple of times this season. You think about Tyler Anderson with the Angels, lefty finesse guys that really test your patience.
3-1 to count.
And that's what the Rays are going to have to do with Quintana tonight. He knows that they're a very, very aggressive lineup, and so he's going to try to use that against them.
And he catches that corner down and away from Yandy. Full count. On the ground to first. Pete Alonso makes the play unassisted.
Well, let's take a look at the rest of that New York Met defense, brought to you by Yingling. Outfield left to right, Brandon Nimmo, Tyrone Taylor, and Starling Marte. Across the infield third to first, we've got Brett Beatty, Francisco Lindor, Jeff McNeil, and Pete Alonso with Tomas Nido back behind the plate.
And there is the pride of Tampa, Peter Alonso over there at first base. Zach Paredes looks at a strike, a breaking ball in there. Here comes back. Gets that call. 0-2. Still a 2-strike count.
Really tied him up with that swing right there, that pitch up and in. And that's what he tries to do, especially with these right-handed hitters. He's going to show you in. He'll get you out in occasionally, but he wants to go away with that changeup, backdoor the curveball.
And a little looper. That ball is going to be caught. Alonso angling out. So the ground ball out, and then this little popper, both handled by Pete Alonso.
Yeah, that was not an easy play either. That ball off the bat looked like it might sneak into shallow right field, and Alonso did a nice job of tracking that ball that was hit right over his head. Not that hard, but you still had to get back there. And 2-3 unassisted to start the ball game.
Harold Ramirez hitting in the third spot for the Rays. Right field. And there's a strike with that zone. That might be liberally interpreted tonight.
That pitch looked like it was a breaking ball. It looked like it started off the plate and never got to the edge.
And there's a pitch wide, and it forces Ramirez to go out there after that first pitch was called. And there's no question pitchers will take advantage of that.
Yeah, yeah. There's no doubt. I mean, if you start to sniff that, you got a wider plate.
And this was deflected off the glove of Quintana. Lindor with the pickup throw to first, safe there. Ramirez hustling down that line as he does all the time. Is aboard.
Well, just that little deflection, that's all it took. Harold Ramirez, we start to talk about the Rays and their infield hits. Little change of direction. Well played by the Mets shortstop, but it was Harold Ramirez getting up that line, not giving up on that play. And he's there.
Well, there's Randy Arozarena, and he gets a great round of applause. It has been a struggle for him this year, and it's heartening to see the fans get behind him and give him a little boost of confidence and appreciation. He sends a fly ball into right, back toward the track. Marte, and a couple steps in front of the track, makes the catch. Man left.
Here, that was the pandemic, and so those numbers obviously going to be a little bit low, but everything else, the guy rolls out of bed, hits 40, and drives in 110.
Yeah, 200 career home runs. First pitch is strike.
How about this? Got this stat from Doug Wechter before the game. And Dougie said that of the 200 home runs that he's hit, 150 have come off the fastball. 3/4 of his home runs off one pitch.
Loves the hard stuff.
Yeah, stay away.
or out of the zone.
I was going to say that. Use it as a show pitch.
That's right.
Try to get him over aggressive on it.
Well, Darryl Strawberry has 252 home runs in a Mets uniform. And a high popper right side. Yandy Diaz just fair makes the catch. And that is out number one. David Wright has 242. Mike Piazza 220, and then Alonso with 200. So he's got a good shot. Well, we'll see what happens.
I was going to say,
this is going to be an interesting offseason for him.
Yep.
To see where he winds up as to whether he is around to catch a couple of those guys.
Well, you think about the Mets right now as they're currently put together and what the payroll already is. And I don't know what's coming off the books for them, but there's going to be a lot going on the books if they re-sign him.
They have the highest payroll.
Yes, they do.
How about that? A couple quick strikes here on J.D. Martinez. Well, there's the breakout on Pete Alonso, free agent at the end of the year. And what numbers he will carry into that free agency.
Yeah, I mean, because, think about it, the consistency. Again, the consistency of the numbers, you just wonder, how many years he's going to want, how many years teams are going to be willing to give him, but he will be sought after. Problem is, when you get to put up numbers like him, there are only a handful of teams that can even afford you.
Yeah.
So you almost limit where you can go because of how much you're going to cost him.
And here's the thing, though. He's 29 right now. He'll be 30 in December. So there's some productive years you would anticipate.
Yeah.
Over the next 5-10 years. You'll wait and see. Liner into right. And Ramirez is there to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down. Braves in their City Connect uniforms out there. That was a dashing figure cut by Ramirez out there after that ball. And the City Connect look.
I think it was the shoes. The shoes that grabs your attention. The sleeve. I wonder how these guys were going to play it up with the accessories.
Strike to Jeff McNeil. Look at that.
It affords you the opportunity to get bright. There's no doubt.
I'll tell you, I love it. I especially love the cap.
Yeah, the Sky Ray.
The liner into center, a base hit. And McNeil, with a 2-out single, becomes the first base runner for New York. Yeah, I think that that Sky Ray cap is the best.
When you think about all of the different little details on these uniforms as you break it down, you've got a stingray on a skateboard on the inside of the jersey. You've got that Sky Ray. You've got the fire font with the Tampa Bay across the chest. Even the texture of the uniforms is different. And you kind of pay homage to Florida, to the Sunshine State, because it's got that weathered. They wanted to be a weathered type of look, like a black shirt that had been left out in the sun, and it gets a little weathered. They thought of everything and executed all of it very well.
1-1. Well, I tell you, before the last road trip, we got a little sneak preview of some of that. Came away feeling very good about it, and to see it here on the field, it works. It absolutely works. 2-1.
I think the way you got to wear the uniform, though, Randy Arozarena. You gotta go and right over there, Yandy Diaz. You got to go with the high pant and show off the socks.
Yep. Into center, softly hit, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Rounding the bag at second, McNeil, and he decides to go back with the throw coming into Caballero. So Taylor has a base hit, and with 2 outs, the Mets have 2 men aboard.
Boy, the cutter down and away trying to go with that cutter, and Taylor's able to reach out and get enough extension to get that ball off the end of the bat and just softly drop it in. We've seen that now twice. Savali taking that cutter and driving it downhill. He did it to pick up a strikeout against Brandon Nimmo and did it right there to try to get out of the inning. Taylor spoiled.
Well, here's Beatty. He takes the pitch for a strike. The third baseman, Brett Beatty. He's hitting .250. Fly ball lifted into right. Ramirez will have room, looking for it. He's lost it. Did it hit the ring or did it go out? I think it hit the ring.
If it didn't hit the ring, it went over the ring. It either went over the B ring or, I mean, it was lost up there. And you can see Harold Ramirez couldn't find it either, and that ball ends in the stands.
Boy, a towering drive that appeared off the bat that it would be too high to get out. I mean, it was towering, but it did. And just like that, with 2 men on and 2 outs.
Two-seamer. And you're right, absolutely launched way up there. He's admiring it, wondering where Harold has no idea where it is. It ends up behind him in the seats. And I'll tell you what, those are the ones that really hurt. You've got 2 quick outs, and then base hit, 3-run homer. Just that quickly.
43-degree launch.
Wow.
How about that? Now this one into right off the bat of Nito, and he is out number 3 on a little leap of a catch by Ramirez to reach.
The overall design and details between the underground skate culture, the flame Tampa Bay across the chest, the skate ray, the sky ray, all unique features. Hypes told me he actually did graphic design in high school in West Virginia. His first task was to design a baseball uniform. Well, guys, that was good practice because it's all come full circle for him. He said it's a dream come true to do something like this. It's really cool to finally see it come to life. As for the players' favorite touch, Brandon Lau, Sean Armstrong, Zach Littell all told me it's the Sky Ray, guys. So, B.A., your favorite seems to be the favorite in the clubhouse as well.
That makes no sense. No, but there are so many details that you can like. And when you listen to or research the story behind it, they started with over 200 different concepts and had to whittle it down over those 4 years and then go to work on creating this. And like I said, they have thought of everything and they have executed it at a very high level.
Well, it's a great look. There's no question about that. 2-2 the count on Rosario. Number to the right side. McNeil with a quick attempt to shuffle that ball over there to first with his glove, but it's not in time, and Rosario is aboard with an infield hit with Ryan down there. Ryan, I want to ask you about that ball off the bat of Beatty. What did it look like from where you were?
Well, it certainly looked like it went over the ring. Harold got a little lost with it. I think a lot of fans in this ballpark got lost too, but it ended up in the seats, and of course the guy shaking his head was Aaron Savala. You could see Harold, he was kind of confused, but guys, everybody in this ballpark was wondering, and of course the ring came into play.
Yeah, and I think the reaction of Beatty, I think he thought it was higher than it was far, but it was certainly far enough to give New York a 3-0 lead. Now Rosario's aboard, and here's Caballero. Upstairs, 1-0. Rays facing the left-hander, Quintana. He picks up a strike at the bottom of the zone. 1-1. It went up out of the zone a little bit, and he got the chase. Quintana did. Now 1-2.
His breaking ball and changeup, especially to these right-handed hitters down in the zone, makes that pitch more effective, because then all of a sudden he can take 90, 91, sometimes 92, and run it to the top of the zone and beyond, and guys, they get big eyes and chase, because again, going in, he's not going to overpower you. So when you see the fastball and it's got some elevation to it, you think you can hammer it, but because of the way that he slows you down with the off speed earlier in the at-bat, he can sneak it by you and go right back to it.
And a good take by Caballero there to run the count full. Jackson is on deck. Runner on the move, and the pitch is lifted into center field. Taylor on the run. He's not going to be able to get there. Bounding off the wall over to third goes Rosario. Standing at second with a double, Jose Caballero. And the Rays fighting right back with minutes second and third.
Boy, got a chance here to put up a crooked number and have a really good answer. After the 3-run, 2-out homer by the Mets in the top half, that ball is center cut and gets absolutely smashed. Hit that ball so hard, Taylor with really good range, but even he wasn't fast enough to get back to it. And really, Rosario had to hold up there, too, at second base, just in case he did catch it. He would have had to retrace his steps, but that's why he was only able to get to third base.
Well, here is Alex Jackson. He just joined the team from AAA Durham. And the swing and miss, and we had all kinds of debris coming out of that cut.
Cheat sheets.
Wristband disbanded right there.
Yes, it did. A lot of people pay top dollar for the information on those cards, and there they go. Had good swing trajectory. Those cards had anything to say about it.
Yeah, good lift.
It was.
So there are his numbers with the Durham Bulls through 22 games, 7 homers, 282. The tapper foul. Well, Jackson was a first-round pick by Seattle back in 2014. And seen some limited big league action. Fouled back. The time with Atlanta, Miami, Milwaukee.
We're going to have to battle here because Quintana needs a strikeout in the worst way. 0-2 count. He tried to climb the ladder there with the fastball, and see he goes back to the off-speed down.
It's fouled back.
And that's, really that's smart pitching by Quintana, because just like we talk about pitching in, at times you got to double up in there, or hitters will just disregard it and start looking back out over the plate. Same thing when you climb the ladder. Every now and then you got to double up there, and then all of a sudden that lower part of the zone becomes a little bit more attractive. So we'll see how he plays it, but what he is going for is the swing and miss.
Into the dirt, blocked by Nito.
That's the other thing. If you're going to do that and expand down, you got to trust the guy behind the plate.
Working over a new baseball. And a wave and miss. Had him out in front. Got him on the changeup.
Well, he needed that in the worst way, because you're looking for, they've got the infield back. They're conceding the runner at third base. Alex Jackson is fighting like crazy just to put that ball in play, and a good chance if he does, he's going to get a run home. But Quintana gets him with a great changeup down and away.
Well, there's Johnny DeLuca also joining the team today, and in the lineup, ground ball shortstop. That's going to get the run home. Crossing the plate, Rosario. Caballero goes to third. So on the contact, DeLuca picks up a run batted in. It's a 3-1 game now. Nice way to join the club. Driving a run, your first trip to the plate. It was Meade. Ball stays up. Ball, no strikes. One. Coming down that line from third. Beatty well off the bag. There's a liner into right. Marte's going to have to chase it to the wall. Caballero scores. Meade on his way to second. And the Rays answer with 2 runs to make it a 1-run ball game.
That's a big deal right there. That's a big deal. You know, this inning starts off second and third, nobody out. If you only get that 1 run, that's too reminiscent of the stuff that happened on the road trip. You needed that crooked number, and Curtis Meade gets it for him. Tried to come in with the fastball, left it middle away, and he rifles it to the right field wall. That's a big hit.
So the Rays come back with 2 so far. Meade in scoring position for Yandy Diaz, the top of the lineup.
Ooh.
And he takes that pitch and gets the benefit of the doubt. Ball 1.
That's a bad miss right there. This is as clean cut as a strike 1 gets. Take it though.
It's fouled away.
Those are the pitches that have to be driving Yandy Diaz crazy, because that's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball that's in the heart of the plate, and he's just missing it. Just a little bit tardy on it. You know, I know he's trying to drive that ball to right field, but it just not completely in sync with that swing. Missing pitches like that in the zone.
And boy, that makes such a big difference in this lineup. With Yandy and Rosarena struggling, if those 2 guys are hitting the way they can and will, you start to feel pretty good about a balanced lineup.
Look where they hit.
Yep.
You know, lead off and cleanup. Kind of important.
3-1. That pitch close.
Well, I don't know how important cleanup is anymore.
Yeah, well, number 2's really important.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. But you get the point.
Yeah. Isak Paredes in the number 2 spot tonight. He's on deck. 3-1. And a ground ball through the middle. Hits the mound. The Rays are going to tie this game. Meade scores and Yandy comes through. It's 3-3. Boy, that's got to feel great for Yandy Diaz.
What an answer. What an answer. You know, as demoralizing again as that road trip was, you come back and you give up that 3 spot early, but the Rays offense, they come right out swinging. Got a quick start this inning and then a couple of big 2-out hits. Well, Yandy stayed right on that curveball and just hammered it through the middle of the field.
Yeah, 110 through the middle.
Don't hang it.
Greeted by Michael Johns over there at first, where his first base coach. With Meade, a big double to drive in a run, and then he scored on the base hit by Yandy Diaz. And here is Isak Paredes in that number 2 spot. Paredes coming off 31 home runs and 98 runs batted in last year. There's a strike. 7 and 17 this year. Came into the game hitting .291. Popped out to first his first time. 1-1. On the ground to third, scooped, and to throw down to second. Beatty to McNeil for the force. The Rays answer. They put up 3 at .com. Brandon Nimmo leads off the third for New York. The pitch is a strike.
I'll tell you what, if you're Aaron Savali too, new life. New life. You know, the disappointment of that top half of the second inning has been washed away. You're right back to even. So that will give you a little boost going back out there.
You know, I think that's a great point. Talk about that feeling. You know, I mean, you're going to go out there and compete anyway.
Yeah.
But you give up 3 and you're down by 3. You got to push yourself a little more. You got a little hop in your step now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You come out.
Ooh, a bunt's foul.
You come out of that dugout with a little bounce in your step. Yep. Because, and especially the way that inning happened. 2 quick outs, base hit, 3-run homer. Are you kidding me? It happens that fast.
Yep.
And you go sit on the bench like, you've got to be kidding me. I let that inning get away from me. And then all of a sudden you watch your offense come back and tie it up. And you're like, woohoo, we're right back 0-0.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so it does. It gets you fired up to go back out there and get things going.
Savali quickly in front of the leadoff hitter, Nemo. Upstairs, taken for ball 1. Oh, that's a nice pitch to drop that in there. Breaking ball. Just froze him.
Buckler, you're right. That's a knee buckling curveball. No excuse at all. Look at Nemo just watching that in and realizing I've been had. That is an outstanding delivery right there. You get him with that late break, the change of speed.
And that's a strike.
Okay. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here you look at the curveball. The usage this season has come down just a little bit. The opponent's average has gone way up, and the slug too. That's just a matter of, I think, just some misplaced curveballs that got hit hard early in the season. I think those numbers will regulate because when you watch him get on top of a curveball, it's a nasty pitch, and when he executes it, there's not much you can do with it.
Yeah, and I think in both directions. I mean, top to bottom, and in this case, right to left.
Yeah, he does get a certain amount of sweeping action with his regular curveball as well as that depth. It is a 2-plane breaking ball that is very, very good, and the numbers behind the pitch tell you that it's very, very good. But some of them have rolled into the middle of the zone, and he's gotten hurt on it.
Deep short, Caballero with the throw and a tag by Yandy over at first. Marte is the second out of the inning.
Boy, nice job by Yandy Diaz over there at first base on a tough throw that's taking him up the line and taking him closer to Starling Marte. You've got to maintain your concentration, make that catch, and get that tag in there.
Now Francisco Lindor. Ball 1. He was caught looking his first time. And he skies it to the right side. Rosario out from second into shallow right to put it away. It's a 1-2-3 inning.
Great name. Hey, guy. How are you?
Oh, there's a ground ball through the right side. Harold Ramirez with a base hit to start this inning. We've got a lot going on the field and in the booth with Stu Sternberg just hopping in.
Gracias.
Nice to see you. How are you?
I'm going to ask. So, with that hat that you're sporting right there, that looks like a hat that you skateboard to the booth?
About the last thing on earth I know how to do is skateboard. You know what this is, though? This is an offense hat.
Oh,
it's going to bring out the offense.
Oh, so you then had it on last half inning too.
Yes, I put it on in anticipation of coming up tonight.
Yeah, well, you've got to keep that hat on. Pitch it down to a Rosarena.
We're rubbing the rosary bead. We're doing everything we possibly can here. So we're not going to talk about baseball. Only colors and new uniforms.
Grit and glow. We were just talking about that. Even the name of them is cool. I mean, they knocked it out of the park with these uniforms.
Folks, they've been working so hard for so long. and they didn't overthink it. It hit just the right spot. It really did. We anticipated them being good, but I'll tell you, what we've seen and what we've heard and looking at them, and the players look at them. I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to. It's fun stuff.
Listen, when they got debuted and social media, social media is built to break it out.
Oh, yeah.
And when social media is effusive in their praise, they're good.
I walked through the offices the first day when we did the introduction on Monday, and a bunch of the younger folks, let's call it, younger than I am, which is basically everybody, said that we were winning the internet.
Right?
Works for me.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Now, I did tell them that we need to start winning the baseball games.
Well, I'll tell you, when you first assumed control of this franchise, changed the uniforms, and I thought that look, more of a traditional look, was great. And I think that combined with this, I don't think between the two you can get any better than what the Rays have. And I think these are outstanding.
Givenchy has spoken. Thank you. Thank you, Dwayne. No, I appreciate it, because that's what we try. So I look at it as a barbell approach. We have a classic, a nice take on a classic and whatnot, and it is, but it's a modern touch. And here is something it's out there, but it is very much of the area. And I had to be taught about the skating part of it, what's going on. And once you do a little look. And it is a very big part of it, and the bridge, obviously, and the Pelican. We're trying to touch everything.
Well, so my question is this. So I had heard that there were over 200 different concepts when this started 4 years ago, and they start paring them down. How involved were you? Or did you say, hey, get it to 50, get it to 20, and then I'll jump in?
It's get it to a couple dozen. Yes. When you say a couple dozen, it's like a few, you could, then we're somewhere between 15 and 30 or so. Yeah, and they know. Just bring it to me when you've gone through all the.
There goes Ramirez, and a base hit through the hole on the left side. Harold will score.
Right-handed.
How about that?
Okay.
The Rays grab the lead 4-3.
That was cute. Well, he's been putting it on the ground a lot, so why not?
Find a hole. Find a hole, drive in and run.
Yeah, so what happens when you go through that is when they bring it to I hate to say, the boss or whatever, they're going to really boil it down to the stuff they believe in, and then we talk it over and they fight for what they think is right. And a lot of, specifically Warren Hypes and his folks, as you can see, a lot of the things we do, on the boards, they're responsible for all the look. And they've been just nailing it over the years.
So when they got it down to, hey, we're going to go down the counterculture, skateboarding, and all of that, what were your thoughts? I mean,
I was not bought in. I was not bought in.
Really?
But I had an open mind, and I said, explain to me what the skateboard thing is. And it was basically 40% graffiti, which I totally got. I love the graffiti art around here. We go on the tours, I go see all the stuff. I love seeking them out. And then the skateboarding, but when they brought up the skateboard park in Tampa, National Historic Places, I knew we had a skateboard park, just south of the Trop here, or just south of the Trop here. And then starting looking into it, it was clear to me that skateboarding was a real.
You were won over.
I was won over.
You were won over.
I wish I had the ability to skateboard. Even give me the four-wheel roller skates. I can't do it.
No, same here. Not
you,
good.
Huh? You're an athlete,
not
man.
Good. Not when it comes to that. Maybe when I was younger, but you put it on there now, and we're going to give Doc.
All right.
Almost skipped through. But wait a minute. The throw goes to third. They had Rosario, who rounded second. It was already over at the shortstop spot. And, boy, he was hung out to dry, but the throw went to third instead of second, and everybody is safe.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing, too. Rosario came around second base and didn't have his head up. If he did, he would have seen Brady Williams holding at third base, and then he could have put the brakes on. But he had the head down, assuming he was going to get to third. Fortunately, the throw went to third, and he scrambled back.
Stu, you've come in, and everything's just broken loose.
As it should be. I tell him I walk around, all hell breaks loose. I'm kind of like one of these guys. I was talking to Brady before the game. I said, geez, you've been kind of quiet. And he said, I've been a lonely guy. It reminded me of the Maytag repairman. He's like the loneliest guy in baseball the last couple of weeks. So.
Jackson swings.
He's ready for it. He wants to wait. Oh, yeah.
Busy tonight.
He's itching. He made me an espresso today. We said, let's go. This is going to be the offense espresso.
You got the offense hat on, so
I got to go. Yeah,
everybody wins.
We're doubling down, as they say.
Well, so far the lineup looks as if it got into some of the espresso.
Speaking of,
there you go. It's been great that we had an event out at the pier last night, which was amazing. Finished with a drone show, which was stupendous. Really, something to see. It really was. For those of you who saw it, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, you see it on social media and whatnot on our sites. And it'll be helpful, but it doesn't do it justice. It was really something to see.
Yeah. 1-1 pitch to Jackson, a little number foul.
New guy.
Yeah, no, that's
new
right.
Guy.
We had 2 new guys.
2 new guys. And I was like, oh yeah, I know what that is.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Have the sales been brisk in the team shop?
They have been. They have been. I mean, the hat I'm wearing right now. We really went up as far as we can get as far as production. We're only allowed to do a certain amount of things. Nike tells you what you can do, and we push the envelope as much as we can. But there are only a certain number of hats and certain styles. This is one of them.
High fly ball into center. Taylor's going to have to go back near the track. Tagging at third. Rosarena's going to score, and the other 2 runners will move up as well.
You like that?
So the Rays pick up their second run of the inning to make it a 5-3 game. And now 2 men in scoring position.
Outstanding.
And Jackson picks up the run batted in. Just take a look at that hat. I'm going to tell you that Sky Ray, that was genius in its simplicity.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Sky Ray, well done.
Love that.
If you get a shot tonight to see Rodney in the dugout, full top to bottom, you got to get a good look at that one.
Did he go short with the pants?
Oh, he went short with the pants, the dark pants.
There you go.
The socks up to, yeah.
That's the look. We were talking about that earlier. I said,
here's DeLuca.
That's the look.
Went after the first pitch, and he's going to drive in 2. Caballero will score. He follows Rosario across. How about that?
New guy.
Who drove in a run his first time, 2 more this time. And it's 7-3.
Mm-hmm. I think they were pissed that it hit the catwalk and they gave up 3, right?
Yeah, this is quite the answer. 1 out into the 3rd.
At the beginning of the series, very nice. You get the bullpen up right away. Here we go.
Well, cash it in right away. Breaking ball just hangs right in the middle of the plate. And DeLuca all over it. His eyes, he picked that pitch up early and just walloped it. And the Rays just keep it rolling.
He seems to have a contact swing. It's a little like the right side of our catcher now. He's got that contact. I like that. Bat on ball.
The Mets for the conference on the hill. The Rays.
Any shoes yet for you?
You don't?
Not yet.
Well, you know what? I ordered some on the road trip. I was stuck in a car service, and so I.
What else does somebody do when they're stuck?
That's right. The University Blues came. They came in.
Right.
No, but I'm going to tell you this. We were talking about Rodney Linares and the way that we were talking earlier in the game. Rosarena, Yandy Diaz. You've got to go with the short pants and show off the socks.
And the color, you got the fluorescent green.
You can.
On the arm, they have the. Caballero's got the batting gloves.
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice. They could play around with it.
That's the thing. There are so many options.
The best part of everything, I would tell you, and you can't get a good shot of it now at a point when you get a helmet up here and take a look at the helmet. Until you have it in your hands, it doesn't come across the back, the numbers raised, the front, which we did, which is unique to all the teams from what I understand. That's a raised front. And the players appreciate it, and it looks great. And you could feel it, and it really comes off of it. Yeah, it's little stuff like that. We try.
The matte black too.
Yeah, the matte black.
And I love the feature of the jersey looking like it's a shirt that's been left out in the sun.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's really cool. You know, Sunshine State makes sense, right?
They told me that when I said, why the color like what it looks like like a skin or something, a reptile skin. It's like, no, it's the. I said, I know the look. It happens to all of us, right?
Yes.
So,
you live here long enough.
Sits in the car for 6 weeks, and next thing you know, yeah, looks good. Really wonder. Look at that look he's got.
Yeah, this is going to be one of the favorites across the board.
They've had a lot of fun with it. That's the most important thing. You know, the fans are liking it. The players having fun with it. There he goes.
Well, there goes DeLuca.
Yeah,
he's in there with a stolen base. Boy, you talk about bringing some life. He has done that.
Dwayne, give your stat. The stat you gave me before the game.
What, DeLuca?
Yes.
See the number there?
Which one?
The stolen base one for the minor leagues.
He's been unbelievable. I want to make sure I'm right this time.
It's an incredible percentage.
Swing and miss. And that's a strikeout of Meade.
Big hit last time up for Meade.
Oh, yeah, that was a huge hit.
Yeah,
because if you get out of that inning with just one run.
With second and third, nobody.
That's right. You're absolutely right.
It's not fun.
No.
It's not fun.
No.
He was.
This isn't happening all this time.
No.
Like 54 steals and 5 caught. Something like that.
Yeah. It might even been better than that. It was
59 and 5.
59 and 5. I think you're right.
Oh,
there's a base hit.
Come on,
Yandy with a single into right.
Yes.
And here comes DeLuca. He will score. And the Rays keep the hit parade coming.
Boom, boom.
Yandy driving in his second run of the game. It's a 5-run lead, 8-3.
You know, you came up in the booth and you said we're not talking baseball, and right now your offense is making it tough to not talk about baseball.
We're just sitting back and enjoying it. That's all. I said to Cash also before the game, I sound like one of those groupies. Right there he goes. There he goes. Because we got to the bullpen early, which is nice, first game of the series. I said, look, if we take 1 out of 3, okay.
Daniel Nunez, the new pitcher, in that first pitch, 95 up and in to Isaac Paredes. Paredes, the 9th hitter for the Rays here in this inning.
Let's make it 10.
2-0, so the Rays with 8 runs off Quintana. He's responsible for a man at first right now.
You guys have to do a lot more work scoring when they're in an inning like this, right? Look at all this. You're running out of pencil.
I'm trying to catch up.
Okay.
I'm trying to catch up. My book, which
just
is never
wait till you leave.
Yeah. He's going to be a busy beaver over here. Right? Lefty penmanship is never a plus.
It's not pretty.
Same here, I know.
3-0 count.
That's it.
And that's been consistently.
It's a little Eric Gregg action right there. Sorry. Look at you. Come on.
I remember watching that game.
Seriously?
I remember watching that game in the clubhouse with Cleveland. Yes.
And now,
look at that. That's not
3-2.
You lefty, you must have been a beneficiary at times from the wide strike zone.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there's no doubt. And especially, you could establish that little heater in and take it out there. And if you had one of those guys
all day,
exploit it.
Catcher would set up off the plate, and he'd hit the glove, and you were in business. Huh?
Used to love when you would have the series and you're starting game 3, okay, the third game of the series, and you'd look out and one of the Hirschbeck brothers would be at second. And you're like, a couple days from now could be fun because they were wide, and you can go out there
and the hitters are like crud. And I didn't say crud, but yeah, I got you. Here we go. Nope.
3-2 is popped up right side foul. Alonso through the coaching box makes it. Stu. Pete Alonso takes the first pitch on the outside corner, and that is strike 1. 4th inning is underway. J.D. Martinez next, and then McNeil. 1-1.
Well, if you think that Aaron Savali had a little pep in his step the last time he went out and took the mound, how about a 5-run inning?
2-1. That was fun to see the offense come together that way. 5 runs, 5 hits, 8 runs, 10 hits overall. Two and 2. That ball sweeping away.
And that's another pitch. He uses that primarily against the right-handed hitters. Every now and then to a lefty, but he wants that pitch because, again, it sweeps away. It stays a little flatter than his curveball, but it has more east and west movement, and he can take it away from those righties.
Full count. Martinez in the on-deck circle.
shot, foul.
And so the ducking Mark Wegner make that call back third. Smart move, duck, then make the call.
Yes.
105 off the bat.
That was right at the dome.
And he got him reaching there to pop it into shallow right center. Coming on from right, and Ramirez with a little slide and the catch. How about that?
I'm crediting the accessories.
I'll tell you, these accessories have given the Rays an extra step.
Yes, the flash rate here by Harold Ramirez, our T-Mobile coverage cam. Is that ball going to drop in? No, says Harold. Rosario, that's a tough angle for him, and he had to go out a long way, and Harold Ramirez had a beat on it the whole way. Yes, sir. Guys are making plays.
That's a strike on Martinez. And Harold came in sliding with a little backhand catch on that. So another little degree of difficulty.
Little wrinkle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to third. Meade on the short hop takes care of that. Sinking line drive. And he made the pickup. So 2 gone. Sunday on the 12th of May, first 5,000 fans 14 and under will receive a Rays Friendship Bracelet Kit presented by Bally Sports. Grab your friends, buy your tickets at RaysBaseball.com. Now Jeff McNeil. And he looks at strike one. One ball, one strike. One and two. Well, New York scored 3 with 2 outs in the second inning. When McNeil singled, Taylor singled, and Beatty hit the home run. It's down 2-2. Rays scored 3 in the bottom of the second inning, added 5 in the third. 2 are in the fourth. Wave and miss. He gets the strikeout. A 1-2-3-4
here at Tropicana Field in 2021. His first time playing back here at home when he's been in the big leagues. He's always repping his Tampa roots and giving back to the area through his foundation, even from the Big Apples. You take a look at some of his pictures through his time here growing up in Tampa. Baseball is a part of this community's culture, and I'm happy to be a part of it. He told me quite a lineage of stars have been birthed in the Bay, guys. Heck, Alonso's high school coach Dennis Braun at one point had both Pete and Astros star Kyle Tucker in the same lineup. Braun joked with me that he'd have called you crazy if you told him he'd have coached 2 kids who are on Hall of Fame paces. What serves kids like Alonso well is Tampa's a hard place to play, he told me, and having guys like the late Jose Fernandez in the district, well, that certainly helps too to prepare them for the next level. And guys, if you think having Alonso and Tucker was a treat, Braun also coached Jack Caglione, the two-way star at Florida right now, who's destined for the bigs. You want to talk about coaching some talent? I'll tell you what, Dennis Braun has certainly done that.
One away here with Ramirez out on strikes. Randy Arozarena down 1 strike. Got a lot of baseball talent, needless to say, in the Tampa Bay area. And it's been that way for generations.
Well, Dwayne, the Plant High School is now moving on. Hold on a second. They just they won the 7A.
Oh, there's a drive! high and deep to left. Arozarena has hit it out. 445 feet for Randy Arozarena, and boy, that one had to feel extra special. It's 9-3. And a hot shot off the bat of Rosario, grabbed by Beatty down at third.
Guess what that means, Dwayne? Guess what that means?
What does that mean?
Well, right there, that pitch is middle, and Arozarena absolutely undresses that baseball. 445 feet, well over Randy Land, and guess what that kicks in, Dwayne? That kicks in some freebies out there in Randy Land, huh? The next one's on the house.
It pays off to be in Randy Land.
Yes, if we could have just been there.
We're going to be there.
I know, but
I don't know what the date
again.
is yet. I think it's against Kansas City, though.
It is.
Okay.
The 24th.
All right.
All I know is I'll be cashing mine in.
Foul ball out of play by Caballero there. He'll take another bat. Boy, I'll tell you, with the way that first month of the season has gone for Arozarena, boy, tonight with a walk, a run scored, then that long home run.
How about the crowd reaction?
Yes.
Yeah, where he can feel it. These people, they're still behind me.
Yep.
You know, that's awesome.
And that was right from the beginning. And kudos to the fans here for that. So the Rays, 9 runs tonight. A little bit inside. 1-1. Two and one. And a check swing there. Runs the count to 3 balls and a strike. And ball 4 is wide. The home run for Arozarena, 445 feet. That's his second longest home run in his career. He hit one against Minnesota last year that was tracked at 448. So boy, that is a big step in the right direction for Randy and the Rays. Runner takes off. The pitch is a strike. The throw is high. And the Rays have a stolen base. Caballero's 10th of the year. And now he's in scoring position.
Might have got stepped on right there by Jeff McNeil as he came down on him. Didn't waste any time. He is off and running. He loves to run. Look at that. Yeah, I think he got a cleat on that right arm. Yes, he did. That got him pretty good.
New York is challenging the safe call at second base.
Well, New York's going to challenge that safe call.
Well, when you get spiked, maybe you come off the bag a little bit. I don't know, but he obviously didn't mean to, and they're talking about it now. But that front cleat just came right down, scraped right down that right arm.
So the challenge is on. And did he come off the bag? And if so, what about that back foot? The right one or the left one?
After the review, the call in the field is overturned. The runner is out.
Well, he came off the bag.
Their challenge.
So it will not be a stolen base. The Rays are finished. We go to the fifth in the first pitch. Taken for a strike. Tyrone Taylor, the center fielder, leading off. Strike two. Volley touch for the 3 runs in the second inning, and that really has been it. Hopper right side up the line. Yandy in a hurry, and that ball is just foul. Boy, he got down there. Ramirez and Rosario coming in, and that ball, you could see it kick up, and they're not going to challenge it.
Let's take a look. Yandy with that tough angle, trying to pick it up there. Run back late. He gets a little out of line, and that ball a little bit, that was close. You can see it kicking up that coconut husk, Dwayne.
That's right.
There was proof that it exists. I didn't need to have a pocket full.
And Tom Hanahan right there made the call.
Tom Hanahan.
On top
hey,
of it.
Didn't he have, like, I mean, maybe it was a great uncle, an enforcer in Slapshot, right? Hanahan? Or was it Hanrahan? Might have been Hanrahan.
Might have been Hanrahan.
Well, it's close.
Yep.
Yeah, he was the goon in Slapshot.
Foul ball back. We're just waiting for Hanahan to make a call over there.
It's like Barber, too. The children's book about an elephant.
Yeah.
2 B's.
Liner into center here. That ball might go for extra bases. Cut off by DeLuca. And into second with a stand-up double. Taylor is 2 for 2 tonight.
And that ball was hit hard. I mean, he stayed down and threw that baseball about as well as you can. Trying to come in and pulled middle. And he just swats it into the gap.
So man at second to lead off the 5th inning. Brett Beatty. Pitch is down, a breaking pitch, 1-0. With Siri on the sideline now. DeLuca got the call, and that was a nice play by him.
It really was. I thought that ball was definitely getting to the wall, at least to the warning track. And maybe, we saw the coconut husk, kick up again. Maybe that, slowed it down just a little bit, because when you lay new turf, it plays a little slower at the beginning of the year until there's wear and tear, and then it'll speed up a little bit. At least that's how it normally is.
Two and 0. Pitch dropped. Bottom fell out. 2-1. Chopped up the right side. Richardson, the first base coach, tries to corral that one and distributes a souvenir. taking the count to 2-2. Bailey hit the home run in the second inning, his second of the year. And he is out on strikes. Went up and out of the zone. Well, the Toyota Keys, let's take a look at the Mets and where they stack up. Top of the list when it comes to payroll, more than the Yankees and the Dodgers. How about that? Mets topping the payroll list. Here's a liner into center. Nito with a base hit, and that's not going to score Taylor, who stopped at third. DeLuca getting to that ball, charging it.
Well, that breaking ball right there stayed in the middle of the plate, kind of rolled into the zone, didn't get all the way through it out front, and that's what allowed that ball to be hit into center field. Good thing for DeLuca here. He kind of airmails that throw over everybody, but no chance for the move up.
Well, now it's first and third, one out, and it's out here in the fifth. For the top of the order, Brandon Nimmo, who twice has struck out. Well, looking at a curveball in the third, struck out swinging in the first. Bounces that pitch foul for a strike. This one is down 1-1. Nimmo out of Wyoming. I don't see many baseball players beginning their trek to Wyoming.
No, you don't.
Born in Cheyenne. Foul the other way, out of play, 1-2. You'd think the baseball season up there would be kind of a short season.
Oh, you're trying to get double-digit games in high school.
Yeah.
There, I mean, that is for sure. Listen, I grew up in Northeast Ohio. I mean, if you could get to 15, 18, a little rough.
One-two pitch. Oh, and this one pops away. No chance for a move up, however. 2-2. Taylor doubled with the third on the one-out single by Nito. Savali to the plate with the 2-2. Count is full. Starting his third time through the lineup here with the leadoff man Nimmo. Marte is on deck. And that pitch is down, and the bases are going to be loaded. 2 hits and a walk, 1 out, bases full. First walk given up by Savali, and Marte will be the hitter.
Well, how about that? 23 now for Nimmo, up there with Betts and Freeman. Good eye, good strike zone discipline, and he works that walk to now load the bases as the Mets try to claw back.
Oh, and that pitch, a ball. 1-0. Into right. Ramirez will make the catch. The tag at third. Throw's going to come up the line. And Taylor scores. So it's 9-4. Marte driving in his 14th run of the year. The other runners remain at first and second. Rays got Armstrong, Sean Armstrong, up in the bullpen. And a shot toward right center, well tagged. That ball's going to be off the bottom of the wall. Lito scores. Crossing the plate, Nimmo. It's a double. And just like that, the Mets add two more to make it a three-run game. Francisco Lindor with his 7th double of the year into right center.
You know, that is what's been plaguing Aaron Savali his last couple of starts, is just too many pitches finding their way to the middle of the plate. A great idea right there with the changeup in Lindor, but instead of getting it down and away, it was down middle, and that allowed him to stay on that baseball, stay through it, and get it as deep as he did.
Well, the Rays lead now 3. And Kevin Cash is going to head to the mound with Pete Alonso due up. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the 4 2/3 in favor of Sean Armstrong.
Well, he is on for the 12th time. ERA 3.77, whip 1.26. And there is the breakout. Sits on that fastball, whether the 2 or the 4 seam, 2/3 of the time.
Well, he faces Alonso. And a fly ball into left toward the line. Rosarena on the run, can't get there. That's going to drop for a base hit. Alonso's going to head to second as he drives in the run from second base. Lindor crossing the plate, and now it's a 9-7 game.
Boy, that ball off the bat so soft. You know, when you see this trajectory from Pete Alonso, you're thinking bad things, but that ball ran in off the label, and so it just dies out there. No way that Rosarena can get to it, and he just trades places with Lindor, and here come the Mets. Going to be one of those games, huh?
Well, J.D. Martinez up. You know how tough he can be. Fouls that pitch back for a strike.
And by the way, 0 for 2 tonight with 2 really hard hit balls.
Yeah, he lined to right and then hit that ball to third hard. There's 7 runs charged to Savali in 4 2/3. And that's a go.
Yeah, that ball ran in and it caught J.D. Martinez by surprise. And he didn't, you know, he checked his swing, but he let the bat hang out there.
The 0-2. Foul back. Armstrong pitched Monday in Milwaukee. He's had at least 1 strikeout in his last 10 outings. Trying to get the final out in the top of the 5th inning.
Boy, pay no attention to the Valley bar. Look at Martinez's numbers against Sean Armstrong. Let that scroll.
Yeah, don't even mention that. And a cut and miss. Well, it's going to start to even out now.
Yes.
The free voucher for either a seltzer, a soda, or a water that fans have gotten here now that Randy Arozarena has hit a home run here on this Randyland Friday. This is what it looks like, by the way, and you'll see a lot of the folks here in Randyland enjoying their free cocktail courtesy of Randy Arozarena. Guys, by the way, just the 2nd time Randy has hit a home run here on Randyland Night. It happened on the inaugural Randyland Night last year, and you see a lot of the folks in here enjoying themselves. By the way, Dwayne and B.A., I was able to get a couple of bubblies for you guys for post-game, courtesy of Randy, so that's coming up to the booth for you guys post-game.
You know, oh, there's a high shot down the left side. Towering. Going to be foul. Well, it's 1-2 here on Alex Jackson. We just want to say thank you very much.
Yeah.
I mean, we think you're a great guy. And just keep them coming.
Keep them coming. And I would prefer the kind of seltzer that we are celebrating with these uniforms, and that would be Florida Man.
Oh, cut and miss right there. That's the first out here on the bottom of the 5th inning.
A nasty slider right there by Nunez. Well, this has been an interesting game. A couple of big innings by both teams. We're just at the midway point. And we love Ryan.
Johnny DeLuca. 1 strike. Trying to catch up with that one. He's always thinking of other people.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
That kind of guy.
Yeah.
Popper. Towering pop to the right side. Alonso making the call, and the catch just fair. So 2 up, 2 down. And the Mets with a 4-run top of the 5th. And they have Jorge Lopez up, veteran right-hander. And he's waving everything's okay down there.
That was the universal sign for he's ready.
Yep, that's right. Just to let you know. Want to know the count on Meade?
Or it could be wanting to order an orange whip.
Ooh, there's a shot.
Oh, yeah.
How about that? That's a nice grab.
Too easy.
Oh, yeah. Routine, he says.
You know what? That play right there may have earned him the Sky Ray on the front of that helmet.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he could use one of those.
Right?
On that helmet. Oh, strike call. Now 1-2. And he's reaching it out on strikes. 1, 2, 3. We're going to. Jeff McNeil fouling it off his foot. Strike 1, 6th inning underway. Well, McNeil had a 2-out single in the 2nd. Eric Clevenger up in the bullpen. McNeil with a 2-out single and eventually scored on the Beatty home run. Ball 1 strike. Braves have their shortstop Caballero shading the middle. One and two. If you can cast a shadow here, his shadow would be across second, but he would not be across second.
Oh.
Now it's 2 and 2. Liner into right. It's going to stay up. And it's caught by Ramirez. Harold Ramirez challenging that sinking line drive, and he got there in the nick of time.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he's made a couple of really nice plays out there in right field, and this being at least the second one, leaving his feet and making a nice grab on a ball that was sinking quickly. That's a clean look there with the glasses.
That's a great look.
Yeah.
Taylor takes a strike.
That is a true example of business up front and then party in the back when he turns around.
Oh, 2.
I mean, you look at Harold Ramirez right from the front shot. He looks like a businessman.
Yep. And
then when he turns and you see the colors coming out of the back of that hat, all braided up.
That's a foul tip strikeout. Taylor retired for the first time. I'll tell you, the more I see those hats out there, the more I like them. There's what you're talking about right there.
That's exactly right.
Giving you a little sneak peek.
Yeah, that's no Kentucky waterfall, but that is impressive nonetheless.
That's a strike outside part of the plate. Two up, 2 down against Armstrong in the 6th. Into left, starting to sink. Played on the short hop by Arozarena. And Beatty is aboard for the second time.
That's a heck of a play. You know, Randy Arozarena wants to put an end to this inning and make this catch, and he realizes, I'm not going to get there, and now you go into panic mode, and you've got to knock that ball down. You cannot let it get by you.
Yeah, you try to square up and put anything you have in front of that ball.
That's exactly, yeah. Fall, whatever. You're right. You're a goalie at that point.
Tomas Nido takes the pitch down. Fly ball lifted into center for DeLuca. Out number 3, no runs, a hit. The man left.
Off to a nice start, and he's been busy. 15 games. You got an ERA of 180. That whip is sub-1. That's outstanding. 13-4 strikeout to walk ratio. And again, leans on that fastball. You're talking about, do the math right there. You're
59 between the 4-seamer and the 2-seamer.
And by the way, uses the curveball, the slider, and the changeup enough to where it's, again, you have to account for that. It's very rare that you see a reliever maybe can give you a couple of innings with that many pitches.
And the first pitch is a strike call to Yandy Diaz, top of the order here for the Rays.
I mean, it used to be guys coming out of the pen. You had 2 pitches. You had a nice fastball and some sort of breaking ball off of it. Now you see guys with a couple of versions of the breaking ball, a changeup.
And I think you'll continue to see that, because you've got openers go an inning or 2, maybe 3. So you got guys who will add a pitch or 2 to their top 2 pitches. That seems to be the trend.
And you don't want to be predictable. You don't want to be, good fastball, good slider. A guy like Pete Fairbanks, he can get away with it because his stuff is elite. Yep. You're talking a triple-digit heater and a slider that's upper 80s, 90 miles an hour that really looks more like a curveball.
So Phil Maton up in the bullpen for the Rays. And that pitch is plenty wide, 2-2. There's Fairbanks.
And Jeffrey Springs and Brandon Lau.
Yep. Ground ball right back over the mound. Nice backhanded pick by McNeil, though. And the throw to first against Yandy.
Yeah, that was a much more difficult play than he made it look. Which is why your shortstop comes over and gives you a little love.
Lindor says that's just the way I taught you. Shortstop to a second baseman. And it was an outstanding play by McNeil. Here's Paredes. Too wide. Sock looking for his first hit of the night, 0 for 3. And ahead in the count this time, 2-0. And a take on the fastball off the plate. Away from him, 3-0. Gerald on deck. Lopez, 9 years in the major leagues, his first season with the Mets. And a strike call. 3-1. And that's low. So Paredes draws the walk. He's on base for the first time. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand. Blackout and other restrictions apply. For details, visit MLB.tv. 1 on, 1 out. The Rays would like to rebuild this lead. At one point, they led 9-3. It's 9-7 right now. And a move to first, sending Paredes back in there. And it's a strike. Lopez, most recently with Minnesota, Miami, and Baltimore. Tapper foul. 0-2. Ground ball, that's going to go through. Base hit into center. Paredes will stop after making the turn at second. So it's first and second for Randy Arozarena.
That is a shot that gets him rolling. Greedy out there.
Why not? Why not? Randy, a big cut right there. He was thinking. Well, Randy is 3 of 11 in his career against Lopez with a home run. It's upstairs. 1-1. So he's done a little damage against this right-hander before. And a bullpen ball loose. So that will stop play for a moment. Rodriguez has joined Maton in the bullpen. And to take wide. 2-1. The faithful waiting, hoping, cheering, urging on. Now 3 balls and a strike. Good count right here.
This is something that we've seen from Lopez in the past. He's got a great arm, but boy, he can get spotty with command and give you some really good counts.
Oh, and That's strike 2.
Kind of a half-hearted swing that he tried to hold up on as that ball's coming through the zone, and he got another shot.
The 3-2 pitch. He's reaching, tapping it foul.
Great spoil. Great spoil, because I guarantee as that ball came off the fingers of Lopez, he thought this is the pitch that's going to put him away. And Randy's able to go out actually off the end of the plate and foul it off to get another one.
And he takes the fastball wide. And what a take right there to draw the walk and load the bases.
You know, and this is a pitch, by the way, that's been called a strike numerous times tonight. Not this time, nor should it have been.
So they're loaded with one out.
What's more impressive for you, Randy Arozarena, that home run, or a couple of walks?
I'll tell you, after that home run, that walk is impressive.
Working account?
Yes, absolutely.
A good spoil, and then a really good take.
Yep.
All really positive signs.
Well, here's Rosario. Oh, and that's a foul ball. That ball came riding up and in on him.
Yeah, you know, big time velocity right there. And that ball was tracking Rosario. Watch his two-seamer. It just takes off. And it catches the bat right there. I'll tell you what, I mean, you talk about pitches dancing. I mean, that's 96. That's just, it just takes off on you. Make the ball move.
And a tap in and out of the glove of Lopez, and he's got no place to go.
Wow.
Run scores. Boy, if he comes up with that, see you later. But it pops away from him. And the Rays score their 10th run of the night.
Boy, oh boy, you are so right. A tapper back to the mound. A pitcher's dream with bases loaded and one out. You beg for this. And that ball right off the palm of his hand. It never got into the pocket of the glove. And that's why it ricocheted out. Oh my gosh, this right here, again, you're begging for something like that, and it doesn't happen.
And that's going to be scored, a hit and a run batted in. It's now 10-7. Bases loaded, still only one out. And a ground ball to third. The throw to the plate, one, and down to first. They get the double play off the bat of Caballero.
Your manager here in the big leagues is Flowers. He said it's incredible, especially in an organization that has as much turnover as ours. He's got to understand what each guy is good at. Now, Lau has been with Cash for 6 seasons, said what makes him great is how he handles everything. The clubhouse, the new age of baseball, the data. It's a mixture of managing with his gut and managing with the numbers and understanding what's going to be best for the team. Guys, I can't imagine anything better than a Tampa-born kid like Kevin Cash about to write his name into the Rays record books.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And when you stop and think about it, number one, managing where you grew up to begin with, managing a team in a franchise that consistently pushes the boundaries of how you apply this game and the turnover that goes with it and the motivation that it requires as well. Not only self-motivation, you got plenty of that, but to motivate all the talent that comes through here. It really is a challenge, and to do what he's done has been remarkable. Phil Maton into the ball game now, and with tremendous calm as well.
And you have to be.
Yep.
You can't be the guy that flies off the handle. You may want to inside. You may do it when you get back to your hotel room, back to your house, but you have to be the steadying ship. Especially when you have, the last road trip did not go well. Kevin Cash maintains that demeanor that is just so consistent, and guys pick up on that. I don't care what they tell you, that your team will take on the personality of its manager. And if your manager's all over the mat emotionally, you'll have a team that's all over the map emotionally. He's consistent and just, listen, steady as the ship. And that's how, that's what his team is like.
Yeah.
And what they've been like.
He's been really a lot of fun to be around and watch and have the success that he's had.
I mean, watch him grow up, really.
Yeah.
You know, he was on Terry Francona's staff as a bullpen coach for 2 years. Now you're a manager. And to see him grow into that role, what does he want, 2 manager of the years?
Yeah. It's great stuff. Just keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
And the 3-2, Maton gets the strikeout right there of Nimmo to begin the 7th inning.
Last thing that Nimmo was looking for. That was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball that beat him badly. Maton is so heavy with the breaking stuff. Watch this emergency hack. Oh my, that ball was by him, and it was 90.
And you know, when he got hurt, I mean, he's breaking ball. And I think people were looking for that all the time. And he had to be perfect with it every time.
Yeah, well, Exhibit A was Brandon Nimmo. And he does have a good breaking ball with different the sweeper, the curveball, all that stuff. But yeah, that fastball every now and then can be a weapon. You see that ball, that ball just takes off. Beats Nimmo with the fastball, and then right there, that sweeper. You get all that lateral movement. Stay right with it, too. And an 0-2 count.
And just a piece of that one.
Yeah.
You got that very end of the bat on that.
Do it again. I mean, until you can prove that you can lay off of it, I'd throw it again. A foot off the plate. I'm going upstairs.
And a chopper. Rosario will take care of that.
But again, because of those sweepers early in that count, that was 89 and beat Marte.
Yep.
It got in on him, like it surprised him. He is the king right here, Maton, of pitching backwards.
Yes.
Going from the breaking balls, and here comes that fastball to catch you by surprise.
And I think just in these 2 hitters, it showed you how important it is to integrate that fastball once in a while, and he's got a couple of guys out on it.
Yeah, and again, one was 90, one was 89, and he beat both guys.
Yep. Lindor fouling that one. 1-1. This one is wide. I guess it all comes down, and you would know much better than I would, but keep them guessing and execute.
That's pitching.
Yep.
That's pitching. I mean, that really is it in a nutshell. And that's why you can keep them guessing, and you can have a wonderful game plan, but you have to execute.
Yep.
I mean, that's the whole thing.
It sounds so easy.
Right? I mean, you can put together a great plan, and that's all fine and good, but now you got to go out and do it.
Full count now. Well, and that's why if you got a good breaking ball and enough of a fastball, you can have success, and Maton
has had plenty of that.
Absolutely. 3-2 up the right side, and that's going to be foul. Out of play.
Okay, did you see how far out in front he got Lindor? Okay, so he threw that slow breaking ball, got him way out in front and reaching. Do you dare go for the trifecta? Go 90 top of the zone? You've slowed him way down.
And a line drive, and
thankfully
right at Rosario. Nothing like the old Adam ball there. 3 up, 3 down, 7th inning stretch.
How about him? First swing that he took, he drives in a run for the Rays. There's been a lot of other action in there too. Randy Arozarena with a 445-foot blast.
And now we see Danny Young. Got his first big league win on Thursday. That was against the Cubs. Making his Mets debut. Whoa. And now Alex Jackson quickly down on the count 0-2.
Well, you talk about a sweeper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from that, well, that's why he throws it 54% of the time. He has that almost that sidearm, low three-quarter sidearm arm angle. And boy, you talk about sweeping a breaking ball, and the fastball you see sits at 91.
It's a ball, 2-strike count. Was fouled off the front of the dugout. Does a pretty good job of hiding that pitch as well before he unleashes. Kevin Kelly busy in the Rays bullpen. Two and two. 10-13-0 for the Rays, 7-8-0 for the Mets. And a wave and miss on the sinker away. One away here in the Rays half of the seventh.
Well, finally able to chase him with the fastball. It was just breaking ball after breaking ball. Then he starts that pitch off the plate. It runs a little further off. And he gets Jackson to go after it.
There's Johnny DeLuca. He had a big base hit to drive in 2 runs in the third. Ground ball scored a run in the second inning in his first at bat. And he misses the sweeper and is down 0-2. This one low. Steady as we go. And a swing and a miss, and sweeper right there.
Yeah, I mean, that looked like you're just kind of like swinging a fly swatter. You know, that looked like me yesterday taking a swing at a wasp in the garage. I'm going to tell you something right now. I went on the warpath yesterday with the wasps at the house.
Well, if you're going to challenge a wasp, you better be on the wall.
Well, I was. I'd say I had a couple of packages waiting at the house, and I knew where they were because the delivery guy, I had a photo.
Mm-hmm.
I open up my front door and step out and turn to the right, and this baby stung me right in the sternum.
No.
I'm telling you, within 2 seconds. And I was like, you know what? You've asked for it. And I went and got the raid, and I went to town. They're everywhere. There are bodies everywhere.
Well, I'm glad your body's here and functioning.
Yeah, and I didn't rub it. I didn't put anything on it. Just let it sting for a couple hours, and then that was it. Paybacks.
Took it like a man. It's 2-1.
But anyway, there was one in the garage that I took a swing at, and it's like trying to hit this sweeper that this cat's featuring.
Yeah, tough to run that one down. 3-1. Strikeouts here. You should have just gone to the garage, picked up a bat, and swung.
Listen. Yeah.
Oh, that's a strike. Meade trying to draw the walk there. Seen enough of the sweeper, and maybe I can draw the walk.
This is, we're kind of talking about like a left-handed Phil Maton for the Mets. Mm-hmm. You know, that sweeper so much that fastball then becomes effective. Oh, That same kid, the same thing.
That's right.
That you're trying to do anything you can to take that bat and find that baseball.
It's like you yesterday to the Wasp. Get off me.
Get off me. That was after I had already, so I didn't want to get popped again.
3-2. A tap to the right side. McNeil retreats a couple steps to make the play, and we're going to head into the 8th inning. Rays lead 10-7 for the Rays. Pete Alonso to lead it off. And the pitch is a strike. Alonso doubled in a run in the 5th inning. Ramirez made a nice play on a ball he hit to right in the 4th to retire him. Ground ball, diving stop. Rosario up and out with the throw. He got it. Nice job. Rosario out there at second base keeps Alonso off the bases. Out number 1 in the 8th.
Well, nice job. Nice jump right there, and then to the glove side. I got to get up, complete the play, and Rosario played a lot of shortstop in his career. Making a really nice play. I'll tell you, he's done a nice job, for this team. You think about when they signed him, the role that he got thrust into. They put him out in right field. You got him at second base. He plays all over.
Mm-hmm.
Done a lot of really nice things. Team guy.
He's been fun to watch.
Yeah. A lot of the new guys
have been. Absolutely. Ground ball short. Caballero, he's going to skip this one in. Nice job.
Love it. Love watching him play shortstop. I love how, we've talked about how quickly he gets the ball out of the glove and on its way, but he does that quite a bit too. You see him winking over there with Yandy. This is on purpose. Got the turf, just give him a nice little hop. Boom, boom.
And I'll tell you, that's not the first time we've seen him unload the ball as quickly as any infielder.
He does. He gets the ball on its way, and I don't care if he has to dive for it too. I mean, it is impressive.
Strike to McNeil.
Good feel for the position. Like right there, instead of trying to, step into that throw and maybe you get a little air underneath it, he's just like, let me get it started at him and give him a nice little bounce. He'll pick me up.
And that's fouled back. McNeil a full cut. With that 1 strike count, Meade was back and well off the bag, and for that pitch, we saw him start to come in just in case McNeil had taken a peek that way.
Well, you know that the Mets are looking for base runners. So by any means necessary now, at two strikes, you're going to concede that. Adam Ottavino out there for the Mets, and he's been on a really nice run coming out of the pen. I think 9 straight scoreless innings, or appearances at least, for him.
Yeah, he has not allowed a hit since April the 4th. That's almost a month.
A hit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
32 hitters. Or batters. I'm not sure we could call them hitters. Nobody hit. So 32 batters.
Yeah.
They're 0 for 30. A couple of walks in there.
Wow.
And a check swing. The count's going to be full. It's a pretty good run for a guy coming out of the bullpen. Wow.
Yeah.
Taylor, the center fielder, on deck. Two ground ball outs. Now a full count to McNeil. And he pops it up. Who's going to get this one? Meade from third. We're going into the bottom of the 8th inning here. Top of the order, Yandy Diaz with a count of a ball and no strikes. 2 hits and 2 runs batted in for Yandy tonight. Two-0 pitch. 2-1. Rays and the Mets tomorrow, and again on Sunday. Yandy fouls it back 2-2. Lifted into right. Marte in line and makes the catch. I'll be sure and stay tuned. Rays Live, the post game presented by Advent Health. And an offensive breakout for the Rays. The City Connect debut. Isak Paredes in the batter's box. The pitch is in there for a strike. Ryan and Doug along for the post-game coverage. A pitch that skips away 1-1. Jason Adam busy in the Rays bullpen. Near the end of the dugout. Foul, 1-2. The Rays have got some kind of production from every spot in the lineup tonight, top to bottom. Scoring 10 runs for the first time this year. They've scored 9 against San Francisco back on the 14th of April. 10 runs tonight. Two to Paredes, and the count's going to be full. Yandy with a couple runs batted in. Rosarena with the run batted in on the home run. Rosario has driven in 2. Alex Jackson with a sacrifice fly with a run batted in. DeLuca with 3 runs batted in. Meade with an RBI. And there is the second walk of the night drawn by Paredes. And he'll head to first. Nice at bat right there to draw that walk. So 1 on, 1 out for Harold Ramirez. High chop to second. McNeil's going to have to go to first. Close, safe there. And boy, Ramirez again busting it down that line. The Mets dugout can't believe it, and they're going to take a look. At least they're deciding, and they are. They're going to take a look.
New York is challenging the safe call at first base.
What do you think?
Foot. He's out. Out.
Well, I'll tell you, he makes them close.
That was.
Come on. Because I was busting it down that line.
He was. And how many infield hits does he have? Between him and Ahmed Rosario, they have to be the top 2 guys in the league in infield hits. Always hustling. Harold is really moving well on the base paths, and we thought he moved well last year, but he came in a little bit lighter to camp, and he's flying up that line. After review, the call in the field is overturned. The runner is out. New York will retain their chance.
Just watch him quickly out of the box. So he's out second to first. Paredes. in scoring position. Harold says there's something wrong with their camera. Rosarena takes ball one. Two walks, sandwiched around a home run. Trying to get that back foot out of the way there. It's 2-0. Randy's home run, 445 feet.
Let's go back. Fourth inning, Dwayne. Chevy play of the game. And you hope between that, the couple of walks that he has earned, had some really good at-bats tonight, and maybe this is what really gets him going.
And he checks there. 3-0. And he's on again, drawing his third walk tonight. 2 men on with 2 men out in the 8th. Well, when Randy and Yandy together are productive, boy, what an impact they make on this lineup, and that's been the case tonight. Yandy with the 2 hits, 2 runs batted in, the home run by Rosarena, 3 walks, 2 runs scored, and the rest of the lineup just filled in nicely. Here's Rosario. He takes a strike. He's had 3 hits tonight. Has scored twice and has 2 runs batted in. Rodriguez up again, joining Adam. Two strikes. One and two. Rosario, signed by the Mets originally in 2012. And it's popped into shallow center field. Taylor coming straight in with time to get there. And the Rays leave 2.
He has been outstanding. He's got that fastball, changeup, sweeper, slider.
And he faces Tyrone Taylor to begin the 9th inning. First pitch is upstairs. Taylor with 2 hits and has scored 2 of the 7 runs for New York. Two and 0. Now a strike. Palacios in right field, replacing Ramirez. Now strike, and it's 2-2. Now it's going to go full. It's Beatty on deck. Ground ball, foul outside of third. Rosarena DeLuca and Palacios in the outfield. Heed and Caballero on the left side of the infield. Rosario Diaz on the right side. Jackson has caught the entire game. Ground ball third. Meads got it. His throw to first in time. One away. Brett Beatty, who has a homer and a single. 2 for 3. One to go. One.
Another changeup. Made the adjustment, was able to get that to a good spot. You know, Jason Adams is another one of those guys, the way we were talking about earlier in the game. He's a, you know, for the most part, a one-inning guy with 4 pitches and 4 quality pitches.
And a shot into right. That ball's going to get out of here. A home run for Beatty, his second of the game, and that makes it a 2-run game, 10-8. Well, that ball left here in a hurry.
Yes, it did. That was a breaking ball, and I wasn't sure if that was the sweeper or the slider. Matters not. It was spinning right into the middle of the zone and coming right into the swing of Beatty. Just a cement mixer, one that didn't. Yeah, Jason Adams knew it. I mean, as soon as that probably left his hand, he knew this could be bad. And why is it that every time it feels like you throw up the graphic, hey, look, everybody, he hasn't given up a run in like 2 weeks. You know what's happening.
Yep.
You hate even reading them.
Yeah, the power from the booth is unbelievable.
How many times does it work out? Like, this guy doesn't walk anybody. You know the next is a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah.
We've done it.
Kyle Snyder with a trip to the mound. He says, we turned all the TVs off.
Good. That's probably for the best.
Well, a 2-run game now. And DJ Stewart will hit for Nito. And Stewart will take that pitch inside. 1-0. Remember Stewart from his time with the Baltimore Orioles.
Oh, yes, we do.
Chops it to first. Big hop behind the bag for Yandy. 2 gone. Stewart is out, number 2, and we go to Nimmo. Nimmo walked and scored in the 5th inning. Lifts a fly ball into left, and this should do it. Going back. No, it's going to be over the head of Rosarena. That ball continued to carry. I thought off the bat he was going to be able to catch that ball without much of a problem, but it just kept carrying all the way to the wall over his head. How about that?
Yeah, I didn't like when the ball goes off the bat. Watch Randy Rosarena's legs. They're moving too fast, and that's what scared you. You're like, he is on a full gallop trying to get to that baseball, and it just sailed. It just sailed right over his head. And I'm thinking the same thing you are, because it's a left-handed hitter going the other way.
Yeah.
Is the ball going to carry that much? Well, it did.
And now here's Marte. Swinging and missing, strike one.
Well, that front hip started leaking down that third base line because Marte has visions of trying to get out of the yard.
Runner at second. And strike two out there on the corner.
Well, now what that affords you to do, and if Jason Adam wants to stick with either the sweeper or the slider, 0-2 count, expand, expand, expand.
And he gets him swinging. That's going to do it. The Rays are winners. Marte out on strikes. And the Rays win this one. It's a
What's more impressive for you, Randy Arozarena, that home run, or a couple of walks?
I'll tell you, after that home run, that walk is impressive.
Working account?
Yes, absolutely.
A good spoil, and then a really good take.
Yep.
All really positive signs.
Well, here's Rosario. Oh, and that's a foul ball. That ball came riding up and in on him.
Yeah, big time velocity right there. And that ball was tracking Rosario. Watch his two-seamer. It just takes off. And it catches the bat right there. I'll tell you what. I mean, you talk about pitches dancing. I mean, that's 96. That's just takes off on you. Make the ball move.
And a tap in and out of the glove of Lopez, and he's got no place to go.
Wow.
Run scores. Boy, if he comes up with that, see you later. But it pops away from him, and the Rays score their 10th run of the night.
Boy, oh boy, you are so right. A tapper back to the mound. A pitcher's dream with bases loaded and one out. You beg for this. And that ball right off the palm of his hand. It never got into the pocket of the glove. And that's why it ricocheted out. Oh my gosh, this right here, again, you're begging for something like that, and it doesn't happen.
And that's going to be scored, a hit and a run batted in. It's now 10-7. Bases loaded, still only one out. And a ground ball to third. The throw to the plate, one, and down to first. They get the double play off the bat of Caballero.